So the other series which I talked about, Black Science, the 5th volume
Science
just came out, and it is a story. It's kind of the main character guy is he was like a rebel as a kid, and for some reason got into science. I forget exactly what it was,
because
but he got
that's
into
what,
science.
Because usually
I mean,
adult
if you're
rebels
gonna get into science,
adult rebel, or not even,
Yeah.
like even childhood rebels, all of a sudden one day go, you know what? I'm
Yeah.
tired of this fucking
Yeah.
thuggery I've been into. I'm gonna be a fucking science
they
nerd.
haven't fully explained the transition, but I do agree it did fit. It would be like it was kind of weird, but so he's like this, but he's really smart, and he ends up like inventing these things, but he works for fucking big business that takes all fucking credit for it. But he gets hired to work on a time machine, basically. And during the presentation, when he's in there with like his kids show up to, and he's like he's the type of dad that never saw his kids. He's like a Steve Jobs type, like where he's obsessed with work and just like his family has like paid for it. So it's like his kids show up because this big moment they're going to test out the thing. Probably do like in Back to the Future, how he sent the dog, and probably not his first test, but just to show Marty that check this shit out. So they're doing this test. So like one of the VP guys is there, and the other scientist that's kind of his like side piece love interest because he's been so obsessed with work, and something happens, it breaks. Everybody like within the radius of this thing, it's like it looks like a little dick statue almost, and everybody gets fucking teleported to this other universe, which you're kind of thrown into in the first issue.
Yeah,
and he's just fucking running, and like throughout the thing, you're introduced to all these people, but the big thing is he gets at one point, like through issue to issue, they're going to different worlds. And people are dying. Like there's a group of maybe 10 people that get beamed, maybe. And like people just start getting picked off. I'm like, holy shit. But then because there's different universes, some people are reintroduced from different universes that are similar. But ultimately it's about this scientist trying to find his kids and get back to the real world where back to his time.
Yeah.
And through it, they find in other universes, there's different versions of the time machine thing, like way smaller, little portable ones, and they find like different technology. So at one point, he becomes like a superhero, like Rocket Man.
What happens if they bounce to like a world without like that technology? They just keep. Do they just keep bouncing?
At first, the machine, when it's broken, it would just randomly, like, you would be somewhere, and the timer on the thing would just randomly go to a time like a day, and it would just start ticking down. And you had to make sure you were back when it was done ticking down. And then the next time it might be 3 minutes, then it might be a year.
What if they land on a world that's not that bad?
They're all
Why don't you just
not
break
good,
it?
though. Yeah, but that is part of it. There's a storyline.
Oh, I bet if you're like, hey, I like it here. Fuck you guys.
Yeah. There's literally a storyline with a character where that's what she does, or he does, or it. I don't know. I don't know the sexual preference of this character. Where that's kind of what happens. But it ends, I believe, in this one. It's he's in the current time, but it's like Back to the Future 2, where it's like a different current time. I think it might be current time, but I think
can't fuck with the timeline.
But it's so good because there's so many different. It's really good. Out of all of the like time travel things, like I don't know, maybe when Paper Girls gets to volume 5, it will be like just up with this one. But since I've gone through 5 of them, it's my favorite out of all the time travel universe things. Like this is like, since Law Dog we both loved, right? This is like this is the best kind of same, almost a lot of feeling and stuff that like craziness, but way like if Tarantino did that versus like the poppy kind of like crazy things that happen. I mean, and that was a lot shorter story too versus 5 volumes.
You know what's funny when I'm thinking about Law Dog? I guarantee we are one of the only households in the world that has 2 full runs of Law Dog.
Plus a few extras, I think. Yeah.
And I've got extras of other comics. I really think that we should
it's coming up.
Do a giveaway or
when we do, you'll see.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna do stuff. But yeah. Black Science, highly recommend it. Wait, because this one it takes a turn. There's a turn in like I think it's the 4th one. I'm not sure it's the 5th, where it's like it's such a high pace for like the first 3, right?
Yeah.
High pace, da 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 da, and crazy things happen, and then it starts off with like I believe it's the 4th issue, where it's just it slowed it way back down again, brought it back to like, oh, it was almost like finally taking the time to like start to tell you a little bit more about the main characters and like why you've been following them and
kind of like the 3rd season of The Walking Dead, where the first 2 seasons they're just running and running and running, and then the 3rd one it was just like
The Walking Dead was not good.
What, you didn't like The Walking Dead?
First season of The Walking Dead ended like a dog shit 90s bullshit. Like it was horrible. Then it got a lot better.
I haven't kept
but
up.
I don't. It's like I don't know if I would
I'm
compare
like
it to
3
The Walking
episodes
Dead,
back
because the zombies aren't even like that fast in that movie. So it's not like this one. They're literally the pace is because they're constantly having to run. Like they're in dangerous places.
Yeah,
there's very rarely they're in a spot where it's like chill. It's like all hostile, different alien, probably more realistic than a lot of shit's like slightly similar to like our current. I don't know. It's great. I love it. And it's super easy to read because it's like so fast. A lot of it's the artwork and what's going on, and they don't spend a lot of time just like going on and on explaining stuff. But